Before we start our Bayan, please come closer. Because it is sunnah of Sahaba, whenever they would come in the majlis of Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, they would sit close together. So if we have come here, why should we just sit according to the sunnah of Sahaba? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Syed al-Mursaleen. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Say with me. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
The noble Prophet sallallahu ta'ala عليه وآله وسلم has said, whoever recites salat upon me 10 times, Allah Azza wa Jal sends 100 mercies upon him. 10 times, just by reading 10 times, 100 mercies. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Dear brothers, before we start our actual Bayan, let's read the dua of Rajab. This is the dua that Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, recite in Rajab. So let's recite this dua. Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa ballighna Ramadan. Dear brothers, before listening to Bayan, let's make some good niyas. Because without a good niyyah, without a good intention, no reward is granted for a good deed. And more righteous niyyahs we have, and great reward we can get. So just make niyyah that lowering eyes, I listen to the Bayan attentively. Instead of resting against a wall, etc., I will sit as I sit in the shahud as long as possible, with the intention of showing respect for religious knowledge, so you can make as many good niyyahs as you can. Dear some brothers, tonight is the 27th of Rajab al-Murajjab. Million thanks to Allah Azza wa Jal that He has once again blessed us with the great and sacred night that is full of divine blessings and virtues. Dear sons and brothers, tonight is the great and the glorious night in which a great miracle was bestowed on our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Tonight, the chief of all angels, Syed Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam, came to beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam with an extremely fast ride that was called Burak. It was a white animal from paradise. The angels made the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam a bridegroom, and then he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam was mounted on the Burak with extreme respect and honor. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam instantly reached Baytul Muqaddas from Makkah, where all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam welcomed him. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam led the salah of all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. Tonight, he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam toured all the skies with his sacred sight in every sky. He saw the wonders over there. The Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam congratulated the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam upon his arrival. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam reached Sidratul Muntaha. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam reached the place from where no one else can dare to move further. Even Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam also mentioned his inability to move further. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam reached the place beyond the boundaries of intellect and wisdom. Tonight, the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam was blessed with the divine gifts. Special gifts were bestowed upon the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Tonight, the gift of 50 salahs was first bestowed upon our Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam from the court of Allah Azza wa Jal, which were reduced to 5 salahs, and these 5 salahs were made full, compulsory for us. Tonight, the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam toured the paradise and hell. Tonight, he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam attained the special closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal and was privileged to see the divine vision of the Creator Azza wa Jal. And who can fulfill the right of mentioning the greatness of Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam? Anyways, listen to it with all ears and ease of mind. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, the love of beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam will grow further in our hearts, inshallah Azza wa Jal. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Let's listen to a very beautiful parable in this regard. That will inshallah clarify a lot of ambiguities, a lot of queries that a lot of people might have in their brains. Sayyidina Shaykh Shahabuddin Suhrabati rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi has narrated that a goldsmith was a disciple of Shaykh Ibn Sakina rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. His task was to take the prayer mats of pious saints rahmahullah to Jami' Masjid and to spread them. After the Friday Salah had been performed, he would bring the prayer mats back to the monastery. One Friday, he tied the prayer mats together for taking them to Jami' Masjid, or went to the river Tigris in Baghdad to perform the ghusl for Friday Salah. He took off his clothes and kept them along the side of the river and dived into the water. When he took off his head out of the water, he did not find himself in the river Tigris, but somewhere else. He asked people about the place and was told that it was Egypt. Where was he before? He was in Baghdad. He was in Iraq. And now when he comes out of water, he is in Egypt. SubhanAllah. He was very surprised at this incident. He came out of the water and went to the city. Over there, he stood before the shop for goldsmith. He was wearing only one piece of cloth that was sufficient to cover his satr. The shopkeeper felt that this person was a goldsmith. During the conversation, the shopkeeper he realized that he was very expert in his art. The shopkeeper treated him with great respect and took him to his home and performed his nikah with his daughter. Then three children were born in 7 years. Now, keep it in continuity. He came from Baghdad to Egypt, and now he got married to a girl that he never knew before, and now he has 3 kids in 7 years. Now again, one day the disciple passed by the same water. He dived into the water for taking bath. When he took his head out of the water, he found himself at the same place of the river Tigris where he died 7 years ago. He saw his clothes lying along the side of the river in the same manner as he placed them. He wore his clothes and went to the monastery. When he reached the monastery, he found the prayer mats in the same condition as it was 7 years ago. When he reached the monastery, he saw that. Then one of his fellow disciples told him, "Hurry up, some people have gone to Jami' Masjid early in the morning." He then took the prayer mats to Jami' Masjid, offered salah, and returned to the monastery. Surprised and worried, he went to his home from monastery. His wife asked, "Where are the people for whom you asked me to fry the fish?" SubhanAllah. His wife was even waiting for him to come and tell her about the people who he asked to fry the fish for. And she said, "The fish is ready." He brought the guests and all ate the fish. He then went to his Shaykh Ibn Sakina rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh and related the whole story. He also talked about his offspring in Egypt. Shaykh ordered him to go to Egypt and to bring his wife and children back. The person brought his wife and children back. After this, the Shaykh asked, "Did you have any evil whisper in your heart?" He gave a positive reply, "Yes, I had it." And he says, that I had an illusion, I had a waswasa about the Mi'raj as to how the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam physically traveled so long distance in such a short period of time. The Shaykh replied, it is the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal that He has removed your doubts. Subhanallah. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala. Dear son brothers, have you noticed? Slave of the slaves of the slave of our beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam dives into the river Tigris. That is in Baghdad, in Iraq. And he does it at noon in the state of wakefulness. And by the divine bestowment, Allah Azza wa Jal makes him come out from Egypt. And he finds himself in Egypt when he takes his head out of the water. So what will the height of the greatness of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam? The Khalifa of Allah Hazrat rahmatullahi ta'ala. He was Khalifa as well as he was student of Allah Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Zafruddin Bihari rahmatullahi ta'ala. He has said that the event of minister of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, Sayyidina Asif bin Dakhil Baraqiya, it's a very famous event that happened in the time of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, that his one minister, his one sahabi, his one companion brought the whole throne of Queen Bilqis in blink of an eye. And then he did the same. The throne of Bilqis was 80 yards long and 80 yards high and was made of gold and silvers. And it was extremely heavy and it was preciously made with diamonds and jewels. When a pious saint by his saintly miracle brings such a large and heavy throne from Yemen to Syria before the blink of an eye, so it is certainly possible for the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam to visit his body, to visit with his body from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa, and from there to the skies in a short part of night. Subhanallah. Now, dear son brothers, Allah Azza wa Jal has bestowed many miracles upon his beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, which cannot be counted. All the miracles which were bestowed upon other Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam separately were also bestowed upon him beside many other miracles. Out of these thousands of miracles of our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the most famous and the most unique event of the universe is the blessed Mi'raj. In this event, our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam went to Masjid al-Aqsa from Masjid al-Haram, and then from Masjid al-Aqsa, he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam went on the tour of the skies. In fact, all this journey of Mi'raj is revealing the greatness of our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. On the occasion of setting off on the journey of Mi'raj, the blessed chest of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam was cut open. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam led salah of all the Anbiya and Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam on this blessed journey. And he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam was blessed with the divine vision of Allah Azza wa Jal. In short, journey of Mi'raj is such a great miracle of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam that its example is not found in the history. It makes the glory and greatness of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam and his status and rank in the divine court of Allah Azza wa Jal more crystal clear than the sun. Let's have the privilege of listening to the different aspects of the event of Mi'raj and the glory and the greatness of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam on the journey of Mi'raj. So inshallah, now while we'll be discussing different aspects, I want all the brothers to be very attentive. Because this we won't have a lot of time and we want to cover all the aspects that we want to discuss about. So one excellent aspect of the greatness of Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam on the journey of Mi'raj is that Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned this journey of his beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam in the Holy Quran. He mentioned it in the Holy Quran with such a glory that attributing the act of making him travel so long in a short period of night to himself, he, Allah Azza wa Jal, states سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى. Translation from Iman. Holy is he who carried his bondman by night from the sacred masjid to the Aqsa masjid. Regarding this blessed ayah, Maulana Mufti Muhammad Na'imuddin Radabadi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala Alayhi stated, the blessed Mi'raj is a great miracle of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam and a great blessing of Allah Azza wa Jalla. It reveals the miraculous closeness of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam to Allah Azza wa Jalla. And this was a closeness that no one else could have. Even in Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, no one else could have this closeness that Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam got in this night. In Khitab al-Razawiyya ala Hazrat Imam Ahmad Raza Khan Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi, he says that the privilege of the conversation was bestowed upon Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu upon Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, or beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam, he was also blessed with the same in the Isra night. Beside having a conversation with Allah Azza wa Jal, or beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was also blessed with extreme closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal and his divine vision with his own blessed eyes. Of course, how could one compare Koh-i-Tur, on which Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam implored to Allah Azza wa Jal with a place that it is even above the arsh, where a divine conversation was held with the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. My dear brothers, another aspect of the greatness and the glory of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is that prior to setting off for Baitul Muqaddas during the journey of Mi'raj, his blessed chest was cut open. And it happened in Hatim Yaqara. And the surprise sent, Allama Maulana Maqdoom Muhammad Hashim Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, he has said, it has been narrated on the blessed night of Mi'raj, Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam cut open the blessed chest of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Alihi Wasallam. Then his blessed heart was taken out and given ghusl with Zamzam water by putting it in a gold salver that was full of faith and divine knowledge. Then, as per the glory and status of our beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Alihi Wasallam, further divine knowledge, faith and luminosity of Nubuwwah were filled into it. And then after putting them into the blessed chest, it was sewn with a needle. Islamic scholars, they say that the blessed chest of beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Alihi Wasallam was cut open for 4 times. And while explaining the reason of why it happened 4 times, Allah Muhammad Abdul Mustafa Azmi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi, he said, the blessed chest of Rasulullah Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was cut open 4 times. The first time it occurred when he Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was in the house of Halima Sa'diyah Radiyallahu Ta'ala anha. Now, why did it happen? He says it was aimed at protecting him from the evil thoughts that attract children to games and mischievous activities. Second time, when the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was 10 years old. The first time it happened when he was in the house of Sayyidina Halima Sa'diyah Radiyallahu Ta'ala anha. Now second time it happened when Sayyidina Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was 10 years old and his blessed chest was cut open, so that he Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam would remain unaffected and unharmed by the risks of the desires of youth. Jawani ke khayalat, Allah ne kaisa mahfuz banaya apne habib, masoom banaya. Third time, his blessed chest was cut open in the cave Hira, where his blessed heart was filled with nur and peace, so that he Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam could bear the great burden of the revelation from the Almighty. Now the 4th time, on the night of Mairaj. It happened on the night of Mairaj that his blessed chest was cut open and filled with the treasure of nur and divine wisdom, so that his blessed heart may have the magnitude and capability to bear the tajalliyat of divine sight and the greatness of divine conversation. Because Sarkar Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam was about to have a conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it was aimed so that he can bear the tajalliyat of the divine conversation. Subhanallah. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. My dear brothers, another aspect of the greatness of Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam in the night of Mairaj was this, that a heavenly conveyance was brought for him. That was called Buraq. Now the Buraq, it was actually a quadruped. It was an animal with 4 legs, and it was a white animal from paradise. As the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam explains its structure, he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam says it was bigger than a donkey and smaller than a mule. It could place its hooves at the farthest boundary of its gaze. Mufti Ahmad al-Khani Na'imi rahmatullahi ta'ala has said, here in Hatim Iqaba, the blessed chest was cut open. Ghusl was given with Kawthar and Zamzam. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam was made a bridegroom after being adorned with a heavenly dress, and then angels accompanied the spiritual procession with the beloved dignitary of the Mairaj sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, he helped him mount Buraq. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, he helped him mount onto that Buraq. But why did he help him to mount onto the Buraq? It was actually to show the glory and the lofty stature of Sayyidina sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Subhanallah. Another great aspect of greatness of Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam in the night of Mairaj. It was that he led salah of all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam that had come, all the Anbiya that had come before. And all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam, they were blessed to be his muqtadi. Subhanallah. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, while he was riding on the Buraq, he says, riding on it, Buraq, I reached Baytul Muqaddas, and the place where the blessed Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam would tether their riding animals. I tethered it there. Then I entered the Masjid Aqsa and offered 2 rak'at salah. Waliya Kamil Allah Mawlana Makhdum Muhammad Hashim Tahtawi rahmatullahi ta'ala has said, the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam was the Imam of all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam in this salah. As all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam were gathered in the Baytul Muqaddas, so that they could be shown the great status and the glory of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. When the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam came here, all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam, they welcomed him. Everyone at the time of salah requested him to lead salah. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam then held the blessed hand of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam and requested him to move forward. And then the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam led the salah of all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam. Subhanallah. My dear brothers, the glory and the greatness of our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam during the journey of this Mi'raj can also be judged by the fact that there are many doors in the sky. Asman mein kai darwaze hain. There are many doors in the sky which are opened at different times for different types of birds. On the night, and one of those doors was open only on Mi'raj night. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he has narrated that Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam was sitting near the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam on Mi'raj night. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam meanwhile heard a voice from the sky. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam heard the voice. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam raised his blessed head. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam humbly said, O the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the door that has been opened is the door of the sky which had never been opened before. Subhanallah. Then an angel came down through the door. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam said humbly, it is the angel that had never come down to the earth before. having said salam in the court of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, humbly said, in the court of Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, after coming, the angel that had come and the angel that had never come before, he says, I give you good news of two such noors which had never been bestowed upon anyone except you before. Number one is Surah Fatiha. Number two is last ayahs of Surah Al-Baqarah. And you will be rewarded for every letter of these both. SubhanAllah. Some brothers, the Bayan is very long, but because of the shortness of time, we would have to summarize it. But we would again want your attention for the rest of the Bayan. And another aspect of the greatness of Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam in that night was the greatness when Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, reached Sidratul Muntaha. Now what is Sidratul Muntaha? It is actually a luminous tree whose root is in the sixth sky and the branches on the seventh sky. So now you can imagine how big it would be. The root is in the sixth sky and the branches are in the seventh sky. Its fruits are as large as the large earthen post of Hajar, city of Yemen, and leaves are like the ears of the elephant. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam humbly said, it is Sidratul Muntaha. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam saw 4 streams here which used to come out of the roots of Sidratul Muntaha. 2 of them were visible and 2 were hidden. The beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam asked Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, O Jibreel, what type of streams are these? Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam said, very humble, and he says, hidden streams are from paradise. These are heavenly streams. Zahir, Kawthar and Salsabil, 2 streams. Kawthar and Salsabil, these were 2 streams from Jannah. And the streams of mercy. And the visible streams are the Nile and Furat. Our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, on this blessed night, he was bestowed by the vision of seeing a lot of things that were happening in the future. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam saw the obedient people being blessed with the divine favors in heaven. But we should remember that he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam also saw disobedient people. That the ones that were being afflicted with divine wrath in hell, the sinners were being punished very severely for their sins. Let's make good niyas that after tonight, whatever we heard and whatever we would have in ourselves, we would lead the rest of our life according to the sunnah of Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Because in this blessed night, Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he not only saw the people who were blessed by the court of Allah, but he also saw the people who were being punished by Allah because of their sins. It happened because of their sins. And remember, there would be a lot of Muslims too. Those who, because of their sins, would be punished. And we do not know what would happen to us. We are the common bondman, we don't know what will happen to us. So let's make good niyas that now, from now onwards, the mi'raj of a mu'min that was given to Sarkar sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to our beloved Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the gift of 50 salahs that was again reduced to 5 salahs, will now perform all the rest of our life regularly. Inshallah. And with all of these good activities, we must keep in this mind that it is necessary to have a good company. खरबूजे को देख के खरबूजा रंग पकड़ता है. मौलाना रूम says, तातवानी दूर शवाज यारे बद बत्तर बुद अज मारे बद तन्हा हमी पर जांसनत यारे बद बर दीनो बर ईमासनत. It's really important to have a good company, brothers. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jalla. the Sunnah-inspired environment of Dawat Islami is here in front of you. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal. Dawat Islami is serving around 200 countries of the world and in more than 100 fields of service of deen. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal. So it's a Madani request that wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are, stay connected. Stick with the Madani environment of Dawat Islami. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, with the blessings of this, we will have a salvation in the both worlds. Inshallah Azza wa Jal. So for the reduction of time, now I will try to wind off my bayan. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, now you will hear a very beautiful qasida Mairaj E. Inshallah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept whatever we heard, whatever I said. And may Allah Azza wa Jal forgive the mistakes of this bayan. Ameen. Bijahi Nabi Ameen. صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وسلم. صلوا على الحبيب صلى الله تعالى على محمد.